Hey everyone, welcome to Encore, and today we're going to talk about bronzing. Hey everyone, welcome back. So, bronzing. It's winter time, everybody gets pale. So bronzers are popular during the winter season. Now, another tip that I can give you guys is don't be afraid to change your foundation color as well. During the winter season, everybody tends to get paler, and therefore, wear appropriate foundation tone as you get lighter. And of course, in the summer you get darker, then change your foundation tone as well during that season. Now, for the winter season, bronzers are very popular, and MAC have the regular bronzers, and they come in 3 tones: bronze, deeper bronze, and golden. Golden is probably the more popular as it suits a lot of, pretty much a general skin color, whether you're fair or you're medium tan or tan. Golden is probably the color for you. Now, if you're darker than that, then the bronze would probably work, or the deeper bronze as well, depending on the tone that you wanted in your bronzer. Now, I also find that the Skin Finish Natural in dark and deep dark are great bronzers. It's matte. It doesn't have any shimmers that most bronzers do, and it looks really, really natural. So for my male viewers that wanted to use bronzers, this is probably the best product for you because it looks natural, it's almost undetectable once in your skin, and it looks great on everyone. So look into that. And this is one common mistake I see in people that bronze during winter season. Bronzers are meant to be used in moderation. It should only give you that sun-kissed look and not that dry rubbed baked look. Okay, so what I mean is that, pretend that it's a nice sunny day and you step out and you just look up in the sun and just close your eyes and you feel the warmth of the sun in your face. So, if that's the case, then you need to bronze the area where the sun would naturally hit you. So, basically right in the forehead area, right in your cheekbone right here, right at the bridge of the nose, and right in your chin. Okay? So, if you stand out, or let's say you just do any outdoor activities for an hour, and then you walk in, you have that nice sun-kissed look, and it just kind of sits in the next day, and people say, oh, you got some sun, and it's just that nice, healthy glow look. That's basically what you wanted to accomplish. And I've seen a lot of people that use bronzers as if they went to a tanning salon. And again, sun-kissed look, not dry rubbed and baked. Okay? So, on that note, the first thing you need to do is prime your face. So whether you use a moisturizer or a prep and primer or both, and you apply your foundation, you need to set it with powder. Now, the rule of thumb in makeup is powder to powder, cream to cream, or liquid, meaning that if you use a powder foundation, then you don't need to set it with powder so that your bronzer will apply on nicely. Now, if you use cream or liquid foundation, you need to set it with powder because that will transform or set your makeup to a powder finish, and therefore your bronzer, which is usually powder, is not going to streak on you. So we're trying to avoid that streaky look when you bronze. And much of the same case applies to blush. If you're a powder blush user, make sure that your foundation is set with powder first if you use cream or liquid. Okay, so I already applied on Moisture Blend, which is excellent for the winter season because it's got 2 kinds of moisturizers in it, so it's going to moisturize your face. So I'm just going to use a little bit of powder in my buffer brush 182, and I'm just going to dab that in and buff it onto the skin. just to set my foundation. And I'm just dabbing it first, so that way I'm not really disturbing the foundation and that it absorbs the powder. Okay, and then I'm just going to dust the excess off. Make sure it's evenly applied. Okay, just like that. Okay, now we're going to move on to the bronzer. Now with the bronzer, I do not advise to use a buffer brush like a 182 or a kabuki brush, you know, this like the 183, because again, it's going to put too much color in your skin and you're going to get that baked look. So we want to get that sun-kissed look. So the best applicator for that is your blush brush. And this is the MAC 129. And I'm just going to swirl, tap, and again, we're just going to focus on the area where the sun's going to hit you naturally. So I'm going to start with the forehead. Just like so. So you can see it's giving me a warmth color, and this is deep, dark, and mineralized skin finish. Again, you can use golden in the bronzer line. Just like so. And I'm just going to touch my cheekbone with this. Blend it upwards towards the hairline. Okay, initially, left and right. Okay, and then just right in my chin right here, because the sun's going to hit me there. And just up and down the nose a couple of times, just like that. Alright, once you're done, just tap your brush, and then blend your cheekbone downwards so that it, you know, just kind of blends nicely into skin and it looks more natural, so you don't have that sharp line from the initial application. And there you go. Pretty easy. Now, as you can see, I have a little bit more warmth to my skin. It looks like I'm just, you know, just sun-kissed and not totally tan looking and baked. So, just like so. And then you're done with bronzing. Now, if you're the type that is not, you know, that this look is not enough for you and you want a little bit more color in your cheeks, then you can add your blush. Alright, and then to add your blush, as normal, smile, apply it to the apple of the cheeks, blend upwards. And you can still see where the bronzer is, and it'll just give you a little bit more of that rosy shade right into your cheekbone. Okay, again, just lightly. And this is kind of like a great look because at the same time you're sun-kissed look and you're also kind of like have that frost-bitten look. And you can actually just kind of swipe this across the nose like that, so it gives you more of that frostbite look. Okay, again, with bronzing in the winter time, make sure you just get that frostbitten look like you're playing out in the snow, as opposed to like it's going to turn gangrene on you. So again, in moderation, especially when you're combining this. And you can actually just hit your forehead a little bit just to give it, you know, just to pick up that nice rosy color. And I recommend plums for the winter time. And this is Flirt and Tease, actually, from MAC, and it's beautiful plum undertone. And it's just gorgeous, and I think it looks great on everyone. And there you have it. Nice, healthy looking skin. That's a little bit of that sun-kissed look, and at the same time, you know, a little bit of color using a little bit of blush. Okay, everyone, I hope this is definitely helpful for you guys this winter season, and keep yourselves warm. I cannot talk today, but you know what I mean. And be careful out there in the winter season. It's slippery, especially if you're driving, so take some extra precautionary actions when you're out there. And until next time, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.